Well, welcome to another edition of the Referees Corner right here on IslandStats.com. Special edition this evening as we have young Stefan, who will be off to the Dallas Cup on Saturday along with Amari. Yeah. It's something new for you guys again. It's another step to obviously reaching your goal of becoming a FIFA official. But what are you hoping this opportunity does for you and your career?
Just learning, just knowledge, more information from different people. People have officiated at a higher level. An opportunity to officiate at a different level. Exposure more than anything. Is what I'm hoping. I want to come back better than I left. If I come back better than I left, then the trip was worth it, and that will open the door for further trips. Just trying to soak up all the knowledge I can, really, and I feel like that's going to make me a better official for Bermuda to come back and bring their services back to Bermuda.
How have you been preparing? Because this is going to take a little more than what you've been used to doing on a local front.
Yeah. Fitness-wise, I think that's where I've prepared the most. Obviously, you read your book, you study the laws, you go over the laws, but you do that a lot throughout the season. You can always improve that way, but fitness, I feel like, has been more so towards the tail end of this season. I find myself an extra training day or not taking that rest day, go for a run that day, and just trying to improve my fitness. Carry that up. If I can get that higher, keep taking that higher. Everything else improves with it.
The good thing is that we've just had a chance to have a chat with Deshaun, who's just back from Dallas Cup as well, and 2 games back to back at the Nations Cup. Has he ever explained to you guys the difference between the local level and what he's experienced thus far?
Oh, all the time. Particularly in regards to CONCACAF. Different nations and everybody want things done differently. So he's experienced in what CONCACAF specifically is looking for, and what they put of more importance over what a different federation or somebody else may put of more importance. So definitely that bit, he's constantly helping us with that. Even when we have class, so he'll pull a few of us individuals who have big aspirations and say, look, that was correct, but this is what CONCACAF values more. So we are definitely well informed as far as what CONCACAF is looking for, what their blueprint of an assistant referee is.
Are you nervous? Not yet.
It comes and goes. It comes and goes. I feel like if I spend more time doing my prep, less time just sitting and letting nerves get me. Right. I feel like I'll be very nervous once I get there for the individual game, individual game. But I'm too excited. I'm too eager to learn to be nervous. But I think when it's showtime, when I have an actual game to do, I think my nerves will get me a little bit. I'm hoping it's a lot like Bermuda when I have big games here, like really big games, like I just had Eagles and Rangers on the line. Your nerves get you for 2 minutes, you make 2 good calls, and then you're comfortable for the rest of the game. I'm hoping that's what happens when I get out there.
Obviously, it's a little more pressure, but it's something I think you guys will be able to handle it. Have you been assigned matches as of yet, or you'll find out when you get there?
No, we're going in there semi-blind.
Okay.
Well, we have just prepared ourselves, myself and Amari. So we're going in there as prepared as we can be. And we're just preparing for everything. So we'll deal with whatever gets handed to us when we get there.
The chance and the fact that you're going with someone that you're comfortable with, does that make you feel a little more at ease going to the tournament?
Oh, definitely. Somebody where I'm sure there are going to be things different there from Bermuda as far as how they want things done. And just having that person to confirm if, like, this is different, right? Like, where it's like, or if we have like different games of like, did you find this somebody to communicate with that understands the difference between her and their and how to cope with those differences? Right. So it's definitely easier to have somebody to talk to about, how what they're experiencing and what they're struggling with or not. Um, Otherwise, you think everything's just you. If you go there and you struggle with something and you're like, man, is it just me? Or is it just the difference between Bermuda and her?
Right. Do you feel the I don't want to say pressure. Do you feel the strain a little bit? Now Bermuda is doing so well in football, both male and female. We have somebody on the FIFA list in the referee department, but do you feel an extra little pressure to want to make sure that Bermuda continue on the journey in all shapes and forms of the game itself?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Cranston in particular is always pushing for, hey, I need my next FIFA AR. I need my next FIFA AR. And you want to be that next person.
Right.
But you also want the group collectively to grow. But you definitely feel, as Bermuda keeps doing battle on the field, as officials, you're like, man, there's a lot of stuff being done here. I don't want to get left behind. I want to be a part of that. And you definitely feel the pressure of, if it wasn't all there, like to be the first person, it's like, well, it's unprecedented.
Right.
So nobody's gonna be mad at you if you don't, kind of thing. But it's like, hey, the trail is there. The path has been blazed. Follow it. Like,
Right.
You got to put in that work because it can be done. So you feel the pressure.
How is family and friends reacting to this journey that you've been on?
Oh, amazing. My missus has been phenomenally supportive because I just had a little girl who was 3 months. She's just 3 months old, and Daddy's missing a lot. He's Sundays he's doing games, during the week he's training, and on the odd time he's not training. He's going for a run on his own.
Right.
But they've been so understanding. Like, we understand that you're working for a bigger picture here, and they've been so patient with me. My family as a whole has been supportive, but my two girls at home, more than anything, have and they do a lot for me. She makes sure, like, I got healthy food at home, like junk foods at home and stuff like that. She definitely understands the bigger picture and has been phenomenally supportive.
Well, congratulations, Daddy.
Thank you.
But you leave them for a week. Job, the next stage of the job is in front of you. Speaking with the likes of Ryan and the two instructors that come from Victor and Rohan, what sense of level of confidence do they leave you with each and every time?
More recently, just being picked to go on this trip. I've put in work in different areas, and I'm lacking in others. But to know that my positives are enough for them to overlook my negatives. My fitness definitely has to improve. I keep hogging on the fitness is because now this is a reality to me that, hey, you have the mental, you have the technical, like your fitness, if you can get that there, because they've picked you despite your fitness not being optimal.
Right.
I'm not out of breath or out of shape or anything like that, but I'm not perfect. These people, they want a machine. I am not that machine that they're looking for yet. So this recent trip, they have given me a lot of confidence to work with them. The first few times they came, it was more general discussions. I didn't get a whole lot of one-on-one with them. So while I learned from them, I didn't get a lot of feedback on my game or personal assessment. This trip I did. They got to speak to me about, hey, you're doing this really well. This is what you're doing correct. Never stop doing this. Different things that they see that I do. And then other things where you need to improve, but they make you feel like you can improve on that.
Not far away.
And yes, exactly. And that what you do right is enough within itself for us to pick you to go on this trip. And to me, that's a challenge to, hey, get those other things right. Because these people just put faith in you.
Right.
Like, they just picked you. Like, there's, so get right. They overlooked a couple things.
Right.
So get those things right.
You can't fix things overnight, but you're not expecting anything to majorly change over the course of this next week. But you're hoping that you could pick up things whilst there that can help you with that.
Oh, definitely. Rather it be things I need to do different or how to do things different. There are different habits that different officials have that they do or don't want at a CONCACAF level, at a senior level, and they different techniques of, okay, this is how you prevent this mistake from happening, or
Mm-hmm.
this is how you prevent this from happening. So yeah, it's definitely, I'm hoping to learn different ways to improve.
Mm.
You know.
Now, you would have been your first ever time showing up to a BFA or Bermuda Football Association referee course. You go in a room, you sit down. Did you see Don wrote this?
Um, when I first came to BFA, I was more or less scouted from Martin Wire and Garrick Swainson. I was running line for West End United
Mm-hmm.
in Corona League,
Right.
and they said, every club puts forward a linesman, and they said, you can do this at BFA level.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, you have the potential to go. So when I first came to BFA, it was just feelers. Let's see how this is. And then Cranston right off the bat was like, "Hey, we got a FIFA official. Like, I'm looking for the next guy. Not saying that you could be that because he's never seen me at World Work, but
Right.
he's from jump. I've been notified that hey, this is the potential."
Mm-hmm. Did it scare you?
A little bit. I was like, "Oh, I just walked through the door. I just got through the door here." But it definitely. So when I first got here, no, I didn't see this opportunity. Because this is quick opportunity. This is 3 to 2 at BFA,
Right.
2-3 years here, and now this,
Mm-hmm.
and the Cranston does a good job, and all the instructors and everybody do a good job of paving the way and giving you whatever you need to go far. But no, my aspirations have grown a lot since walking through the door. This was not my aspiration
Right.
when I walked through the door, but definitely now.
Mm. And the support that you get from fellow officials, not only the older ones, but the guys your age as well. You guys seem to have formed kind of like a family.
Oh, definitely. There's definitely some camaraderie between us all. As me, Mateo, Amari, the we three. Tashawn helps us out a lot. Adriel, Kayri, Raekwon, like we all work well together as the youth.
Mm-hmm.
And we're constantly talking to each other about our game. How'd your game go? We are really trying to grow as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's only me and Amari going to be on this trip, but I feel like the others aren't far behind us. If not on par with us.
Right.
I definitely feel like some of us are all on par with each other, really. But we are definitely growing collectively together, and we're better for it. We're definitely better for it.
Well, I want to say congratulations and good luck to
Thank
you
you.
and Amari. I know you guys will represent Bermuda very well. There's going to be struggles that we all know. There's things happen in football. It's how you come out on the other side. This one might be all roses, but then there's always going to be one day where you're not going to feel as if everything goes right. So listen to the instructors, what they tell you, evaluating your game after, take it in, say to yourself, I need to be better, or I need to stay on the same path, and the rest shall come.
Thank you very much.
Very much easier. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we
All righty. Well, that's it for Referee's Corner here on IslandStats.com. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and join me next week for another edition right here on IslandStats.com.